Is there a way to make cold calling easier? Well, yes there is. Today I want to talk to you about how to warm up your prospects before your first call. Picture this. You are the owner of a small company. Your company is doing good, but you are pretty stressed by long hours of work. You get a call from some random number telling you about a product. Even if it's in your activity range, you deny it the first time because you're busy. Salespeople call you all the time with different things you use. But what if that person calls you seems familiar? What if you saw him, heard him, or remember him from somewhere? I think the chances for that call to be a bit longer are much bigger. How can I, as a salesman, do that, might you ask? Well, I want to show you 3 ways that I do that with my prospects. But keep in mind that I did this in a market where clients were limited and were high-value accounts. And the products were expensive but vital for the day-to-day activities. The companies were mid-range, meaning they didn't have large acquisition departments, and I usually engaged directly with the owner or the CEO of the company. If the company is big, take it to acquisition department, so take this with a grain of salt and shape it for your market. Number 1 is physical letter. Yes, you heard that right. Go back to the beginning. In the world we have today, where technology is so advanced, a physical letter will stand out. Believe me. How I did this? Well, I sent a letter addressed to the owner of the company or the CEO, or maybe to the head of the department that I needed. In the letter, I presented myself. I state what I do and for what company. Keep in mind that I didn't send the letter like it was from the company I was working for, but as it was from me, the salesman. The company I was working for was just the background. In my field, I needed to schedule a face-to-face meeting, so I asked that in the letter as well. I mentioned my number and email, and I let them know that I will be calling in a few days. I'm not gonna lie, the physical letter had a huge impact for me. Many times I was called before I managed to make my first call to that person or company, and sometimes I was even congratulated for my approach. Some of the congratulations came from the companies that were not even interested in my products. Bottom line is, this will have an impact. Besides the carefully curated text inside the letter, I recommend making the letter feel premium. I did that by using a sand color envelope and a thicker paper for the actual letter. You can make your own, but don't send a white envelope. It won't stand out. No matter in what field you are, I am 100% sure that this approach will warm up your prospects and boost your sales. But there is a downside to this. Time and money. It takes time, and it takes also a lot of budget to do this. Maybe not very much, but it's more than zero. So, if you want better results, I think this will help you out. Number 2 is personalized email. If you don't have the budget for the physical letter, but you have the time, try this one out. Same thing as the physical letter, but with an email. But beware, I'm not talking about a newsletter or a random email to the company. Take your time. Find the email of the person you are interested in. Make sure you know his name and write like you would write a physical letter. Don't worry, even if you don't have the specific name or don't know who's in charge, this can work too. What to do in this case is mention in the subject of your email, in the attention of, and you can write, in the attention of the CEO, acquisition department, or even the name of the person if you have the name but don't have the email. Back to the subject at hand. The email needs to specify who you are and what you can do for his company. Why you send this email to him, whether it's for scheduling a meeting, a call, or a presentation, or whatever your selling structure is in your company. But be specific, like in the letter, and make sure to do what you say in the email. Either if it's a call or another email that you will do at a later time. Take advantage that this is an email and maybe put a photo of what are you selling or a link to a specific product you want to talk about from your website, or why not a video from an equipment you are selling and they can use. These are the advantages of the email, so make sure to use them. In both cases, physical letter or the email, the cold calling that you will do after this, it's not cold calling anymore. There is a big chance that your prospects will know you, so they are warmed up, you just do your thing. If you have both the time and the budget, consider doing both of them, the letter and the email, and just after that, the call. Imagine you already have 2 interactions with that person before your call. It will be a piece of cake. My last recommendation is social media awareness and the referral. I am putting these 2 together because you can do them on a larger scale, or maybe not so large as the email or the letter, but it can be very effective, especially the referral. I recommend doing this for the big companies you want to work this because it's also time consuming. So first, the social media awareness. I am talking about professional social media apps like LinkedIn. There you can find the person you are interested in from that company and you can write them directly. As in the letter and the email, do this within the LinkedIn message app, or when you send them the connection request, you can write an introduction. The steps are the same. Last but not least is a referral from a client you have. Take your time. Call your clients, especially those who you are in very good terms with. ask them for 5 referrals from the companies they work with. Who else can use your products? After doing this, you will get a pretty generous list at the end of the day, and maybe some phone numbers of the exact persons you are interested in for the new companies like CEO, owner, or acquisition department. The most important thing here, don't be shy to use the name of the person or the company who made the referral to you, with their permission of course, especially when you are talking to a top management person. If you use a name he knows, he will automatically listen to you, so your cold calling isn't cold anymore. It is you and the person who your potential client knows or even trusts beside you. It will be a piece of cake as well. I have scheduled a lot of meetings this way without a sweat. The referral is the best source of sales I have experienced in my 10 years of sales. So in conclusion, the power of a warm introduction can be a game changer. It's more work, yeah, but preparation could mean a yes or a no. It gives you an extra chance on your call. Let's say a potential client is busy. If he doesn't know you, he will say that he's busy and just hang up. You've been through this, I'm sure. You will not even know if to keep trying because your products might be in his interest. But if he's warmed up, he will acknowledge you in a way or another. And if you caught him busy, there is a chance he, not you, will ask to reschedule the call. That if he doesn't call you himself. Try increases your chances of success before even saying a word. Now that is perfecting your sales. So in my opinion, warming up your prospect isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity and an investment of your time. Whether you send a letter, write an email, engage on LinkedIn or use referrals, taking that extra step can make a difference. Have you tried any of these methods before? Let me know in the comments if you have and what was the outcome. If you didn't try them until now, do you feel like they can help you? Thanks for tuning in and see you in the next one.